Hey everybody, Debbie Cowan here with PrimeLending, and I'm joined today with Debbie.m.hart, also with PrimeLending. And we have a little surprise today. We're really excited. We're going to actually find out the who, the why, and the what reason that Tony.park, a previous employer, has now joined us. And we're just thrilled to have you, Tony. We're so excited.
Yeah, super excited too.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, we've had our heads spinning a little bit the last 2 weeks, but yeah, it's been so far it's been a wild ride, and we just know it's going to continue to be crazy but fun and very, very successful.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I'm so honored to be here at PrimeLending. I've been waiting for this moment forever.
I know.
Right?
I could tell the story, but I won't.
Yeah.
Everybody in the community already knows it anyway. But
Yeah. Honestly, I've always looked up to you, Debbie. Okay, I've been in this business for not the longest time, for a little bit, and you've been one of those people.
Thank you.
One of those people that I think is just amazing.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about, I mean, obviously your name is very well known out in the community now. You're out there networking, you're doing your thing. You probably do it better than anyone I know. And Debbie and I have talked about that in the past. It's like, we don't like that guy, Tony. He's doing better than us.
Actually, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah. So, you know what they say, keep your enemies closer. You know, so we had to bring you on, right?
Yeah. I get it.
No, but honestly, one of the things that really just impressed me so much was not being in the business very long, but really knowing how to connect with people and going out and doing your networking and being able to establish relationships and connections that, you know, quite honestly, in any type of and I don't consider what we do sales, I call it relationship building, but in all honesty, I mean, what we do, we're in the people business, and there are a lot of people who do what we do that are afraid of people. They're not comfortable around people. And so it's very unique, and we're very fortunate because everyone here, we've built a really good, awesome team here, but we're doing it with intention, right? Because we know each one of us have our own strengths. One of the things that just really kind of wowed me and said, okay, I got to do this is your ability to connect and network. I mean, that is probably your knowledge, you pick up really quick. So that's awesome too. But it is harder to find someone to be able to connect with people than it is to teach them how to do mortgages. So first question of the day, we're going to hit you with a couple of our most favorite questions to ask people when they join us. Where and why did you get into mortgages?
So I've always been in the world of helping people. All right. And I have a business background. So, you know, I've always been trying to help people improve their businesses or growing my own business, starting new businesses. And I got into mortgages because honestly, to be honest, I've been in the restaurant business, guys. So I had I used to have 35 employees. Yeah. Right. It was a tough biz. Right?
The retail and restaurant is tough.
Yeah.
You survived that, and you were in it for 35 years.
Yeah.
So
long time. And
I thought this was going to be easier, right?
I did. I did think it was going to be easier. I did. Well, I thought that, I didn't need any employees. It was just me. Right. So I'm like, this is the way to go, right? It's just me. So I thought that being in the mortgage business was great because everybody wants to buy a house. Yeah. It's an American dream, right? Yes. The American dream growing up is, hey, I want to own my own house, right? And the part two of the dream is people want to own their own business too. So I always thought that buying a house and owning a house was kind of an investment as well. Yeah. So my approach to everybody is, hey, look, let's get you your house. Let's try to save you some money, and it's the biggest investment of your life, right? And helping them through that process, I think is just fantastic. Yeah. It's great.
Well, again, it's the luxury, I think, of what we do for a living is just what you just said. It's truly, whether it's their first, their last, their middle house, their downsizing, they're upsizing, whatever the case may be, trying to be their lender for life and their friend for life, right? Yeah. So one of the things that keeps me doing this business and loving what I do is the fact that at the end of every closing or at the end of every transaction is not transactions. There's an accomplishment that many people, strive to get to. And when they have someone that's good, I mean, Debbie's great at working with, buyers and getting them into a future loan if it's not ready today, if it's ready, a year from now. But just establishing that relationship that is, to your point, the American dream. I mean, people, even though the economy may be off a little bit, or maybe things aren't just as perfect as we would like them. To your point, the fact is everybody still needs someplace to live.
Yeah.
And what's the coolest thing, I think, is that we live in Florida where everyone wants to live.
Everywhere.
And they're showing up still, and they still want to live in the Sunshine State. And so from a blessing standpoint, we are in the best profession, in the best state, and we provide the best service. So, amen. So with you, I mean, I know you relocated here.
Yes.
So you spent all of your life really in California, right?
Yes. Yeah. I grew up in California, in Southern California. I moved up to Northern California. That's where I met my wife, Shannon.
Yeah.
You know? So some of you might know her, you know.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Do you want to give her a little plug?
Sure, yeah, Shannon. That's my beautiful wife. She actually works over at Calessa, which is in the Colinville community.
Right.
She sells new construction homes, so she's fantastic.
Yes, she is.
It's funny that she's born on Boss's Day.
Oh.
Okay, October 16th. That's her birthday. So wish her a happy birthday whenever it's October 16th.
That's very apropos that she was born on Boss Day.
Yeah.
Did somebody tell her that when she was first born, and she just ran with it?
I don't know. She told me that.
Did you ever look it up to see if it was factual?
No, I didn't.
I know. That's our next job.
She's the boss.
Yeah, she's the boss. Yeah. So California to Florida. I've asked this question to you and to Shannon. I don't think I've ever gotten a straight answer.
Yeah.
How did you wind up in Ocala?
So first of all, Florida is like the command center of freedom.
Right.
Everybody's coming here, you know. There's a lot of great reasons. It's business friendly. It's got some, you know, low cost housing, great for investment. There's a lot of upside to the real estate in Ocala. The business environment is good, like I said. So when we looked at Florida, we're like, okay, where are we going to live? On the coast, you know, north, south. And we're like, okay, well, we want to live on the coast, but, you know, it's a little more, you know, costly maybe to live in that area. So we decided, okay, let's live in the middle. And then in this little town right there, it was Ocala. You know?
And you'd never been here before?
Never been here before.
That's crazy.
And we did our homework, and actually what brought us here was a lot of builders were building around that time in 2022. So we noticed that there was a bunch of builders. We're like, let's go check out these houses. Ocala, never heard about it, did research. And
Where the heck is Ocala?
Yeah, and it was the horse capital of the world.
Right.
And so I was
you
thinking,
have a lot of horses.
I have no horses.
Oh, exactly.
Zero. Zero.
All right.
So what I did was I told my wife, I said, hey, I gotta go research this place. It seems like it's beautiful. There's like, you know, a lot of pictures, and it seemed like a place to go. So got on a plane. I went by myself about a week, checked out a bunch of new home communities, you know.
Really?
Yeah, actually. And then I found one, you know, did a lot of driving around. We found the Calessa community.
Right.
Yeah. And that's how it all started. And then we went into contract. You know, I flew back home and I, you know,
said, honey, we're moving.
We're moving. Yeah. And you know, the neat thing was you know, you go over here by yourself and you don't know anything. So you take your phone and you start videoing everything. And we saw the horses, the pastures, and I videoed all that. And it reminded me of Northern California a little bit. You know,
a little bit more on the countryside.
Yeah. So there's some like wine country areas out there, like Napa Valley. Yeah. And it was similar. Yeah. Except no wine, it was just horses.
Right.
So instead of the wine, it was horse, but it was like so scenic.
And I've noticed you do like wine. So were you close to Napa?
Yeah, wine is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
It's,
that's what keeps you nice and happy all the time.
Yeah. Well, but being in the restaurant business, we did a lot of, you know, wine and food and pairing. So we prepared a lot of things like that, and that was a blast.
You became a wine connoisseur.
I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur. I just know a lot about it.
Okay.
I'm probably not an expert in it.
Okay.
I mean,
but you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, I know you have two children too, your son and your daughter, and they're how old?
Yeah, my son just turned 18. Okay, he got his first job.
It was a big milestone.
Yeah. He's driving, got a job, he's doing his thing, you know. My daughter, she's 16. Okay, so she's just about to start her driving. She's about to take the test right now.
So how did they like the idea of moving here?
I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning it was tough.
It was tough. That's an age that's really hard to move from their familiarities and stuff like that. Sure.
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago. So in 2022, they were in middle school. Yeah. And middle school is already
tough. Man, you're not kidding.
Yeah. So they had to move here, and they were just, you know, it was middle school. Yeah. So.
But they've forgiven you so far. I mean, you're back on.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
I love them to death, but
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
fingers
yeah.
crossed. Debbie, do you have anything that you want to ask specifically?
You love
Yeah.
Ocala, but you love to eat.
Yes, yes.
So someday
Yes.
we're gonna have to get into your top 5 favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Yeah.
today. We might not
Yeah.
have enough time.
Well,
for
one
that.
of my goals is, okay, I want to eat at every restaurant in Ocala.
Love
you know,
it.
I want to eat at every restaurant, and I want to know exactly what's the best places, what's all the hot
Well,
spots.
you're on a good
Yeah.
track so far. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know how many you have left,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
there's a lot.
What I really like about Tony is he's shown up and he's become part of the community.
Yeah.
Some people come here and they say, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No.
And you're proving that you can
Yeah.
come here and be part of our community
Yeah.
and live and be with us and not be like, oh, I'm from somewhere else. No, you're now
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've lived here long enough and you're part of the community. I love that.
Absolutely, and the people are so welcoming here. I remember when I first came, being from California or a bigger city, it's everybody's kind of in the hustle bustle. They're just kind of doing their thing, When I first came here, I was so shocked because people were saying, go ahead, you go first. You get to a stop sign.
Uh-huh.
They're doing this, and then it goes in a circle and it goes again. No one's going, right? I think that was crazy.
That's
I was
funny.
like,
Some
wow.
of them just don't know how to drive.
Yeah, but everybody's
Very courteous.
Southern hospitality. You go.
There
head
is
first.
such a thing, isn't there?
Absolutely.
There is such a
Yeah.
thing. And I mean, it's funny because I don't realize it unless I go out of state for
Mhm.
something. And I just,
Yeah.
everybody's got their head down when they're moving, they're on their phones or
Yeah.
whatever. To be able to, actually go somewhere, do an event, go somewhere, and people
Yeah.
are all looking straight at you and smiling and
Yeah.
saying hello. They're not afraid to come over and shake your hand or give you hugs or whatever the case may be. But it's very evident when you leave. I used to say when I lived in St. Pete, I would never leave St. Pete. I loved it. But it got very crazy too. A big city or bigger than here for sure. And then we moved here, and I told my husband, I said, we have to go back to Tampa and St. Pete once a month and stay on the beach, do whatever. That's the only way I'll come to Ocala. Now I can't. It's a chore for me to even think about going there. When I'm there, I'm tense.
Mhm.
I come back here, 200's a little rough, but every other road out there is not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, drive on 200.
If we can avoid 200, we've got a pretty peaceful life.
Yeah.
But so lastly,
Yeah.
all right, so we've talked about how you got into the business, why you got into it. You didn't like the restaurant business. I didn't want to, not that you didn't like it, you were just ready to try something different.
Oh yeah.
Why Ocala? We've kind of found that out about you. Lastly, I'm going to throw it to you, and why PrimeLending?
I think it boils down to the people, and what's the reputation here in Ocala that PrimeLending has, and it makes me happy because it's about being a part of a team.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a part of a team. You want to be around good energy. I think PrimeLending, especially with what you've built here, the leadership, the team, the people that work here,
Right.
it's just fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
And so that's number one. And I think that the level of service that's given at
Mhm.
Prime is amazing.
So coming in as a new person from another company or whatever, do you see any differences? Like if you were going to bring on a teammate or whatever, you've only been here a couple of weeks, but one of the things I promised you when we were talking was that you don't know until you actually show up and start. They tell you a lot of things, right? And it's happened to me before. And one of the things that I'm most proud of, the way I do things, is I would never want to pull somebody away from a successful position if they weren't going to be more. Because why do that? Why move somebody that, unless you just absolutely hate where you are? And I know that was not the case. So one of the things that I'm always curious to know, because we are always growing. I mean, we're going to be a pretty powerful team here in Ocala, and with your help and everyone else's help on the team. But when you walk in the door the first day, I wanted you to feel a difference right off the bat. Did you feel that? Did you see it? Do you see different support with operations, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's definitely much more support than I've experienced in my time as doing mortgage lending. I think in terms of the marketing, the reputation that you guys have, it seems like everybody, right, wants to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a certain kind of energy going on, right? And sometimes, when you're growing up and you're like, oh, they have it.
Yeah.
You know, I think we have it over here.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
have-
definitely
whatever
have
that it is,
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of here.
Yeah, we
you
have
know?
We have the it.
Yeah,
We got the
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and you know, it's just sometimes you can't put it into
I get it.
details, but it is just a feel you have, and it kind of feels like family,
Mhm.
you know, but a very supportive family.
Well, I'm
You
going
know?
to tell you that's what we
Yeah.
had every intention of having here and introducing PrimeLending to Marion County and surrounding areas. I think one thing I wanted to touch at that I thought was a really good plus for you as well, coming from a different state and growing up in a different state, you have a lot of friends, family, relatives and stuff that are still there.
Mhm.
And I just want to make sure everyone remembers when they think about you that you do have the opportunity to lend in all 50 states. You're not licensed just in Florida.
Yeah, that was a huge benefit. One of the biggest reasons probably I came over here is now I can help my family and friends back home.
Right.
You know, and I think that's a great thing to be a
Mhm.
part of a team where, you know, because everybody comes from somewhere.
Right.
Not everybody comes from Florida.
No.
Right?
No.
You know,
Many people don't.
Not,
Many
yeah,
people.
yeah. Not everybody's born in Ocala. you know?
Right.
And so everybody comes from somewhere, they relocate and they have family. Now we can help all those folks.
Yeah.
And even the relocators that are coming here, I mean, I'm on the phone all the time with folks trying to move into the area and, you know, they need to, you know, finance something in their departing state. They got to do a transaction there and now we can do it. So
Yes.
that's
And
huge.
that's what I was going to tell you. One of the reasons I moved over here was for that main reason.
I forget other people can't. We've been
Right,
doing it for
right.
so long.
Yeah.
So what I love is when we do have a chance to connect with a client here
Mhm.
and they, you know, for whatever reason they're moving or they have to relocate for work, whatever, you can still help them. So
Yeah.
it's not like this one-time event where we
Mhm.
have this one situation, and we can also help their kids, their grandkids, all their family members. When you have that great relationship with the client and you do everything that we always commit to doing with our customers, they are so excited that they can say to their relative or whatever, even though he's in Florida, you have to use Tony. You know, I mean, that's a win. I mean, even forget the transaction part of it.
Mhm.
Just the fact that your network or whatever outside of just our little bubble here, and that every month to 2 months, I typically have somebody that is out of state or moving out of state or has a relative. Well, all that being said, I think you have added another layer of what we were looking for in here. We're very selective. Thank you, Tony, for joining PrimeLending. Thanks for joining the team. We are so thrilled to have you here in Ocala.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Good to be here. Can't wait.